This is Succon Duelist of Clan Smoke Jaguar, Bay of the Galaxy, Living Legends, sj.mekmaster.com. It is my privilege to bring you Lance Leader, Star Commander Rask666 defending against his up-and-coming player Carbonel, a Point Commander 5. The highest rank of a star commands the unit. You are both in lights. May no one interfere. This trial has begun. Do not fall off the edge of the map, and I'm just going to keep you both here.
Loses if we fall off the edge of the map.
I have a headache.
Alright.
There's no specific time limit on this, but after a while, I will reserve the right to alter the rules of engagement. Good luck. Have fun. Whoever loses may not challenge until next weekend.
Oh my god. Map is huge.
Rask and I played this, well, Draconian. We still call him Rask. I don't know if it's Draconian or Rask. I'll have to ask him. Anyway, let's just say the 6 guy, SJ6, like Agent 6, there we go. He and I played this map a long time ago, like 2 years ago. We were hosting we were just screwing around, and we had some public players we were playing with, and we just decided to try a couple of maps out, and we played a pretty fun terrain control map on this. It's a huge map. This is
I just realized the render distance is so that I cannot even Z to the other side of this huge valley.
This is Emmy Lightsaber map.
Emmy doesn't fuck around, eh?
It's a bit of a testing version, so there's a couple of things that still need to be worked out on it, which may not happen. But for our purposes, we're good, and it can play to a smaller map if you start heading towards the bases, which I would show you the layout, but I'd have to spawn in then. Huge, gigantic map, and Rask went with 700 meter range. He has some. Excuse me, actually, that's the Delta, isn't it? Prime. This is the Delta. This is a close range unit with mask, I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong. Could be the Prime with LRMs and large beam. I'm not sure. Anyway, his opponent is taking this, a 900 meter mech with less speed, not the greatest amount of armor per se, against the Cougar. Well, they're probably close. Hit me up in the comments. In Living Legends, what is the armor between Carbonel's Puma and Rask's Cougar? Are they similar? Has one got more? Hit me up. Also, let me know how the volume is. I noticed the reason that my voice has been lower in my videos in the past couple of weeks is because increasingly...
What's the name of this map?
Systen. For
some... remember this one next time someone needs to go on a spirit journey.
For some reason, I tend to yell or get loud during some of the battles, and I'm sure that's kind of fun for you guys as long as you don't have it turned up too much. But I don't want anybody, want to have a similar sound volume. So I had my voice turned down a lot, but you guys have been telling me that it needed to be turned back up, so I still have it. I still have a buffer, shall we call it? I'm negative 3 dB or so down, but let me know. Let me know how it sounds, because you should be hearing me, then the game audio, then them. They're in the same channel. They're battling. They are in the same unit, and we have a bad tendency to do these things really late on Sunday night when everybody's tired. So I saw that they were both on, asked if they wanted to do it, and we did. We just had an outstanding Chaos March battle. Played for about 6 straight hours and kept people relatively busy. And actually, he had it pretty competitive for a while. One team would dominate, next team would hit back hard. We'll be finishing that tomorrow. Hey, a quick note, if you do play our Chaos March events with us, we are starting an hour to 2 hours earlier now, so that 2000 UTC, I know I need to fix that. But we're starting between 1800 and 1900 UTC now for the event. We're Saturdays we're starting at 18, Sundays we're starting at 19. We're trying to figure out how early we want to start. But mostly that our player base is half European, even a couple Asia area players. So the States guys say they can make it earlier, and the European guys say that they'd play more if we started.
We just changed the description of this map so it shows just this is the map that goes on forever.
They've tried stitching together 16K maps, but not enough memory in the 32-bit editor. So this is as big as you can get.
There's no 64-bit editor?
If there is,
But
nobody's created a 16K map yet. Hit me up in the comments. Does Crisis War Sandbox have a 64-bit editor, and can we put together a 16K map? Experiment. We also are working on our new website, mekmaster.com. We've upgraded a little bit. It's gonna be like a blog, but I'm also trying to tie it into this Discord thing that people keep asking us to use a bit for like notifications when we're playing, and of course we also have our Steam group. Search for MWLLCM. That's kind of like what I use mainly right now is the Steam group. If you're on Steam, I like send out video of the week, messages, that kind of stuff. But we're working on our media presence. Today we've had a surge in players, most players that we've had since January. Back in January we had 173 on it once. That was the all-time record. Today we've had, last time I checked, I think we had 85, 86 at peak. So we were able to have a complete all the Chaos March battles today, except for, most of them were 28-player battles, which is the most the server can realistically handle. I actually got kicked out. I'm the referee for these things. I'm the event guy, event CEO or whatever, but also the referee most of the time. And I actually had to sit that one out and watch a live stream. Yeah, we do live stream these, by the way, every now and again, but the live streamer changes a lot. There are other Chaos March YouTubers. If you want me to get you guys a list, hit me up in the comments. I'll send those out. We're trying to centralize our information via that website, but I am only one person, and we've got a lot of work ahead of us. But we got some exciting things for you. If you're a Chaos March player watching this, we've got some great things upcoming. So just bear with us as we get going. And if I get this up tonight, if it's a Sunday, the 16th of September 2017, if everything goes well, we've got more epic stuff coming tomorrow. So come play with us. mwll.mekmaster.com TeamSpeak. Come use it to say hi. Come use it to play the Chaos March. Come use it to just hang out with your buddies in the public games. It's there for your use. We've got 2 Discords available. There's the Living Legends one, discord.me/MWLL, and then the SJ, and I guess they call it the Chaos March Discord. I don't use Discord very much, so I'm not familiar with it, but I'll get you a link to that in the show notes. If I forget, hit me up on comments. Duelist, what's the event Discord? So yeah, we got some cool stuff coming. What do you want to see videos wise? Let me know. Most of my channel is always going to be these playthroughs. I do have some time for editing every now and again, but let me know. Do you want to see some different content on this channel? Because I play this game a lot, and we have a lot of downtime. Once we get done with Chaos, increasingly we're having time. People are like, we want to play more, and I'm like, okay, well, what do you want to do? So you want to see a bunch of Arrow 4 missiles fire? You want to see a Long Tom versus 20 mechs? Hit me up in the comments, and I'll get back to you, see if I can do some stuff. Also, there's a really cool video that somebody did. Reason we've got all these people on is some exposure to a very nice YouTuber that mentioned the game. So I'll try to get a link to that too if I forget. Just hit me up in the comments. Get you a link to the video. Anyhow, this is for the command of one of our subgroups. We have 20 or so active players in Smoke Jaguar. We are recruiting, in case you guys were ever wondering that. Yeah, hit us up sometime in our TeamSpeak, or come to our website and talk with us. And we do have a process for recruiting, but we are looking for pilots, and as are our other units. Clan Sea Fox, Wolverine's Rebirth, 12th Pagan Rangers, LCAF. What does LCAF stand for? Hit me up in the comments. Larian Commonality Assault Force, maybe, or something. But if you're looking for unit play, Living Legends it has grown enough that there definitely are opportunities for that. I'm working on something at the end of the month. Gonna have some videos for you folks of non-chaos march battles. We've got another event upcoming that's going to be supplementing this, and then somebody else is working on an event as well, I think. So we got plenty of organized gameplay coming for you. Yeah, this is going to take half an hour. Like, if you're watching this video and you want to see the whole thing without skipping ahead, go get some popcorn, coffee, beer, whatever. Because if you're watching this, they are probably not going to be finding each other for a good solid 5 minutes, if not more. I like this map. We've played this like I said, we've played this before. Organized gameplay. We've done some pubbing with it. I like my favorite Emmy maps are probably TC Confused because like you get to drop out of a drop ship from 1.5 kilometers out of the sky. At least they're in the same somewhat nope. Yep. See, so they're in the same quarter of the map. I'm pretty darn sure it's an AK via AK. Problem is they're kind of heading away from each other. Rask is over here, and way back here is Carbon. And even with Arrow 4 missiles, which are cruise missiles and the longest range weapon in the game, you have a hard time hitting each other in certain parts of this map. But yeah, there's organized game. Things are looking good these days. Organized
Oh
gameplay.
boy.
Um, by the way, if you're wondering why they can hear each other in the same chat, because at one point they could say, "Screw it, meet me at middle," or taunt each other or whatever. I thought the other mech was over here.
I want Red and Rook to fight here, because it would go on forever.
45 minutes isn't enough.
No, and you make them take really small things with AC2s. AC2 scat, the fight that lasts forever.
I've run out of ammo. Ramming speed.
I have a large laser. Like, that wouldn't happen. Just they'd
Until you knock the arm off.
we could turn into this elaborate dance
But it
of
looks
them
good.
running in and out of
And
range.
even when we're doing this, even if you have no interest, for some reason you're watching these videos, but you have zero interest in organized gameplay or any of this other stuff that we do, proof that we don't always kill the pups these days. There you go. You could play on Funbox Alpha right now. You can. Oh, there's 50 people on the training server. The training server has unlimited money, and you're supposed to just like learn how to play the game better and screw around and stuff. People have a there's a lot of new people here today. Many first-time players, so that's probably what's going on. That makes sense. But it's usually just you pop in there and then just screw around. But every now and again, you actually get real matches going on there. And then hey, we've got an Argentina server. We've got West Coast. We're on the East Coast server of the States right now in Huntress. Got Germany up there in Funbox, and then got you covered. Our Australian friends, 200 ping, sometimes under 200 if they're lucky. And then players from all over the world, really. Russian Federation, Argentina, China, few from China. Not many, but a few from China. This game's huge in Europe. That's where, not all the player base is, but especially Germany. There's a huge German presence in this game. We've got people from the Baltics. We've got people from somebody from Greenland. Is it Iceland? One of those two. A lot of Canadians too. Germans and Canadians. Many of them. In fact, some of my unit are from Canada, and then decent amount stateside. I mean that's going to be typical. Definitely. Ooh? I am confused. But what was that to see? Here I am, come for me, or was that actually? There are players from Japan. There are South America's the only continent really where it's not not terribly well represented in terms of our player base that I know of, because I'm only involved with a subsection of this game. Mexico had one player from Mexico. Um, a couple of players from Latin America, a couple of players from the Bahamas area, Caribbean, I guess you call that. Africa. We have players from Africa, South Africa, North Africa, Central Africa. We had like a couple players from Africa. So yeah, 6 of the 7 continents. The Antarctic Research Station, I'm gonna have to get back to you on. Never asked anybody. Not even sure you. Uh, do they have? Okay, comments, question. I'm asking the audience. Is there an undersea internet cable to Antarctica? Does Antarctica have wired internet? Because if so, like, how cool would that be? And is that another illusion, or are we actually getting near? It's another illusion. Sometimes player names just kind of go boop, and we pop it. We pop it like a little balloon. All right. So yeah, not a lot going to be going on in a while, so I'm just covering stuff. In case you don't know, this game is completely free to play. Um, the link is in the chat. Come play with us sometime. Pretty, it's I don't want to say this face it. It's a small community, but it's a good community. Very very friendly. And yes, you will probably the first couple of times or even first few weeks uh, die a lot when you play the game. It's a bit of a learning curve, but if you're willing to stick to it or just ask enough questions, there's 400 different things to use in this game. In terms of loadouts, there's about 40 different things to use in terms of the mechs and the vehicles and the tanks and the aircraft and all that. But there's a role for everybody. That's what I was saying. Wow, nice job. I mean, I like this part of the map. In fact, screenshot. The problem is he has GECM, which means that normally if they kept the radars on, they could see each other. Yay! Visual scouting. Okay, back to the battle. In fact, maybe I'll just cut to this point. I actually edited a video the other day. Proud of myself. So, Rask has to get close and blow off the arms of Carbonel. He has to focus completely on the arms. Carbonel has to spread his damage and make his shots count. Carbonel has 2 plasma shooting cannons called PPCs, and these things will screw a mech up. These things will screw up a medium mech, let alone a light, but they run hot. I mean, these things are ovens, and they take forever to reload. His only backup weapons are 2 little flamers, which aren't going to do crap on this map. And as for is Carbonel missing or hitting Rask, I can't tell you. There's I don't want to call it a bug, but something maybe on my setup on my end. Things get a bit weird. These things, the lasers and the PPCs. Oh, he definitely hit him there, but the weapons sometimes fire in really weird directions, and it looks like somebody completely missed it, but they actually hit. Anyways, Rask is in trouble here. Carbonel has fired 3 shots, maybe 4 into him, and is only now getting in range. Now Rask has more armor. This is the short range one. Rask has almost most armor of any light thing. Problem is though, is that Rask is now going to have to do a shitload of damage and protect his mech. He's going to have to make those PPCs hit different areas of his mech. Rask needs to take those arms off or go for the kill in a hurry. And Rask needs to, one more shot should destroy Rask. Yes, those PPC hits were too much. The range, too much, folks. The shots.
It doesn't matter. Once I got close, the fucking missiles missed anyway.
Too much.
So it doesn't matter.
Folks, that's it.
Hope you like the video.
This trial is concluded.